Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to the Cincinnati Reds rebuild here on MLB The Show 22. 22? Yes, 22. I've been playing too many games that are a year ahead in the title, so MLB The Show 22. And we are almost done with season number 2. Speaking of twos, we are almost done with season number 2. This is the final episode of season number 2 in terms of like actual gameplay, because the next episode, spoiler alert, we're not making the postseason. So next episode will be our second ever off season, and there's a certain Japanese born baseball player who gets compared to a certain all-time Babe Ruth, who may or may not have a contract that's up and is a free agent in this offseason. So I'm not saying anything. But we might have our sights set on a certain Shohei Ohtani. And if you guys don't know, when Shohei Ohtani was first coming to Major League Baseball as an international free agent, the Reds were in on him. The Reds were in on Shohei Ohtani when he first was coming in, but they just they couldn't afford what he was asking for. And then the Angels came in, who were also a high competitor for him, and they just paid him. They offered him more money than the Reds could offer, which is not surprising because the Reds are very cheap. So that's not what we are. We're not very cheap here in Cincinnati anymore. The Castellinis are gone. They don't exist anymore. We erased them from history. And now Juice owns this team. And we're not cheap. We'll pay players. And Shohei might be at the top of that list. So we'll have to see. That's going to be a very eventful offseason if Shohei Ohtani suits up in a Reds uniform next season. Whew, okay, but we can't think about that right now. We got to think about the final month of the season. We are 60 and 75. If we go to the GM goals, last season we went 71 and 91. Obviously, our yearly goal is to finish over 500. I think that we can do that. I do, but then again, you look at some of these stretches where we just go on like 3, 4, 5 game losing streaks sometimes during the season, and it's demoralizing. But we are going to play a game in at home against Miami, because we haven't played Miami in this series yet. So that's gonna be pretty cool. But we'll get down to about the last couple weeks of September for this episode. But we do have some pretty important stuff to get done before, which is September call-ups. We have to bring up 2 guys that I feel are deserving of call-ups. And I think, well, one of them was going to be Jay Allen, but unfortunately Jay Allen has dislocated his ankle. I think that was in the last episode. Maybe it was in a previous episode. I can't remember. I think it was in the last episode, though. So he has unfortunately dislocated his ankle. He is done. One of the guys that I am going to bring up is Adrian Hauser. I know he's been up here before, and he's been kind of having an up and down season in terms of being moved between Louisville and Cincinnati, but he is going to be up here for the final month of the season just to give us another arm in the bullpen. And then, like I said, it was going to be Jay Allen, who was going to make his debut in Cincinnati here for the final month. But then again, I thought maybe we bring up Rick Chapman, because he's already a 75 overall. But then again, I kind of want to wait. I don't want to use a little bit of his years, his service years already. I don't want to start him on that journey. But a guy that I don't really mind starting on that journey would be a guy like Tyler Callahan. And I think he's had a pretty decent season. He can play second base and third base. I think Tyler Callahan is the guy that we move up to the big league club for this final stretch run. So those are the 2 moves that we make in the September call-ups, and then we'll get to simulating here. All right, so Tyler Callahan will be in the bench as another young kind of just substitute coming off. He's got decent speed, 73, which is the highest on the bench, actually. So that's good. But him and Tyler Naquin are close. But Callahan comes right away and is already one of our best pinch runners, maybe the best pinch runner. And we'll see how this team does as we get into the month of September. Let's simulate this series against the Giants, see what can happen here. I'm hoping for a big-time series victory, and it looks like we're going to get... Oh, we have 29 players on the active roster. It seems like somebody came back from injury, so we're going to have to put down... Who do we bring down? I guess we could move down Adrian Hauser, who we just brought up in the September call-ups. Who just got brought back? I didn't even really read it. We could bring down Santillan, but I do like Santillan. I like Santillan, but I think he's just gonna go down to AAA here for the next thing. So we get swept by the Giants, which is not good. Now we play the Diamondbacks, and we won one game against them. Now we play the Cubs. We've only won one game in this month. That is not good. Cutter Coffee broke his arm. That's not amazing. We are definitely suffering some big injuries here. And we are sucking. We are absolutely horrible. I was going to say at least we're not as bad as the Cubs, but we might be worse than the Cubs at this point. I mean, we've only won 2 games in the month of September. We've played about 3 weeks. I don't know what's going on with this team. Why are we so bad? We can't hold. We always look at some of these numbers. Like, we allowed 7 runs, 8 runs, 10 runs, 5 runs, 8 runs, 6 runs, or 5 runs in the win. We got shut out here. I mean, like, we're allowing so many runs in these games. It's actually insane how many runs we're allowing. I can't believe it. We're 63-86. Let's just say we're probably not doing better than what we did last season, which is not good. We should be better than what we were last year. I feel like we've made improvements. I feel like we have a better team than we did last year. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we have to fix. Hunter Green's a 90 overall. Hunter Green is a 90 overall. Espino's in the 80s. I feel like we're a good baseball team. I don't know what we have to fix. Maybe it's just Joey Votto because he's a 59 overall. So is Joey Votto really the guy holding us back? I can't believe it. I mean, look at this team. Look how good this team is in terms of overalls. And they're only going to get better. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why we are as bad as we have been this season. Votto's money is going to be off the books. At least his 22.5. He'll go down to $7 million for the final time of or final length of his deal. He won't play these. He definitely won't be playing in 2025 or 2026. So that $14 million will be off the books too. I would imagine he would retire after this season, but if he doesn't, then he's just gonna, like I said last episode, he's just gonna be on the bench. Josh Bell is the highest guy that we're gonna be paying until next season. Hopefully, when we're paying Shohei Ohtani a lot of money, that's the goal, is to be paying Shohei Ohtani a lot of money next year. Because maybe he can change it. Let's see what Shohei Ohtani's doing in Los Angeles this season. Where are the Angels at? Why do I keep passing them? There they are. All right, Shohei Ohtani this season. He's a 97 overall. He's down a little bit. But in 30 games this year, he's 15-5 with a 3.54 ERA. And then his hitting stats, he has 23 home runs, 81 RBIs, and a 255 average. So he's not, like, doing amazing. He's not doing as good at hitting home runs as he was last year, but his pitching stats are very, very good. 15-5, that's really, really good. He's going to be definitely worth some money. As you can see, he's a free agent after this season, and he's going to be asking for 30 plus, 35 million probably. Trout is locked up forever in LA. So we have 63 wins. We're playing the Marlins. We're going to see Brandon Williamson probably. Or maybe we see Nick Lodolo. I think we should see Nick Lodolo because he's 2-14. He has not been pitching very well. So let's see Nick Lodolo versus Sixto Sanchez. And we lose 2 games against the Marlins, which is no surprise, judging by how bad this team has been. This is just disgusting how bad. We've won 3 games in the month of September. Why are we playing so bad? I have no idea. We are going to need to have a hard look in our face in the offseason. And I mean, we might even get passed by the Cubs if they continue to win. We're certainly not getting 71 wins. I don't I don't even know what to say. This is one of the worst months of baseball I've ever seen. And we're not that bad of a team. I just don't know why we're not winning. It's because we're allowing so many runs. This game against the Marlins, we allowed 7 runs and 6 runs. We're not scoring, and we're allowing too many runs. The pitch rotation is horrible right now. And Nick Lodolo is 2-14. 2-14. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal for the Reds here to have a 2-14 pitcher. Crazy. I mean, we're a good team. These ratings, excuse the Joey Votto one because that doesn't really count. But everybody else, I mean, we're a good baseball team. We're just not hitting. We're not scoring runs. And we are allowing a lot of runs. That's the problem. We're allowing so many runs. Like, we have a better overall lineup than the Marlins do. Except for Joey Votto. Maybe once Joey Votto's out of the starting lineup next year, maybe things will change. I don't know. I hope so. But this offseason, next episode is going to be a massive one because it's going to be, we're going to take a long look in the mirror and figure out what we need to change. Who do we need to trade? Who do we need to bring in to be able to change this franchise? I don't know. We're going to have to find out, though. I'll see you guys in the game against the Marlins where hopefully we can salvage at least one game in this month.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the Cincinnati Reds. John Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton. So the Miami Marlins have taken the first two games of this series, and today they'll go for the sweep. They played well, Chris, and they're looking for more of the same in this one.
Yeah, they've been the side shaking hands on the field after each game so far. Played solid baseball to earn those wins, as you said, but every game offers up its own unique challenges. So we'll see what those are today, but there's always a little extra motivation when you have an opportunity to sweep a series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So almost ready to get underway. And on the mound today, Nick Lodolo. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his own.
All right, here we go. We start against Khalil Watson, 1-1 count to him. And Nick Lodolo will send that pitch in, and Nick Senzel will make the play on it. As you guys know, my right analog stick is busted, so that's why I dove there with Nick Senzel. Luckily, he was able to make the play. One thing that I wanted to bring up about MLB The Show is they don't do a very good job. This is one of the rare times they don't do a very good job, as, again, I dove with my right analog stick, but I don't think I would have been able to get there anyway. That's an automatic double. Not off to a good start here against the Marlins. Eric Hosmer will send that to left center. Senzel should be there to get it, and he will be. 2 outs. But what I was going to say was, one of the rare things that MLB The Show doesn't do very well is adjust the stadium crowd for a good baseball team and a bad baseball team. So, like, this has been the same amount of fans that have showed up, or around the same amount of fans that have showed up since opening day. Like, this crowd has been the same, basically, around the average since opening day. But we're a bad baseball team. And in real life, I recently went to a game in Cincinnati against the Pirates, and we were up by the stacks. If you see the 2 stacks up there in center field, we were up there. Actually, you can see our seats right there. We were back against the wall. Those 3 seats by the steps, we were right back there against the wall. So those are our exact seats. And there was like 2 other couples, two other seats filled. I don't know. There wasn't. Basically, what I'm saying is it wasn't very busy. And like the whole left field stands were empty. Like, there's nobody going to these baseball games because the Reds are bad in September in real life. So nobody wants to go see a bad baseball team in September. So that is one thing that I would like to see MLB The Show kind of adjust, because I think it'd be pretty cool if you have like a really bad baseball team towards like August or September. Not just the Reds, but just any bad baseball team, like who are some bad baseball, like if the Nationals or the Pirates were doing really bad in the game in the month of August or September, then there'd be like no fans in attendance. There'd be like, I don't know, 3,000 people, 4,000 people in the stand, just because nobody wants to go see a bad baseball team. But that's actually going to score 2 runs. Josh Bell, I'm sending home Jonathan India. That's going to be 2 runs scored in the first inning by Josh Bell. Josh Bell's a stud, man. I'm glad we paid him the money because he's a beast. He is a beast. But like I was saying, like, it's just nobody wants to go see it. So this is an inaccurate representation of how many people would actually want to go see this baseball team. Nobody wants to go see a 63-win baseball team in September. I don't even know. Do we have 60? I think we have 63 wins. I don't remember. So I wish that would just be, that's just a little thing that I wish they would adjust. And like if the Yankees in real life are playing really well, Aaron Judge is destroying baseballs every single night. So like everybody wants to go to that game. Those games are almost sold out basically. And so like if the Yankees were bad, I'd like to see them have kind of some empty seats, because that's how Yankee fans would be. If the Yankees were bad, if the Yankees were as bad as what we are in the game, then I would hope that their fans wouldn't show up still. So just like crowd attendance, I wish they could adjust. That's just a minor thing. It's not a big deal. I just think to add to the immersion. Like, there's no way that the Great American Ballpark would be this filled up with the baseball team performing what we are performing in this series so far. So it's just a minor thing that I wish they would adjust or take some time to look at. But whatever, we got to focus on the game. Yeah, we do have 63 wins. As we try to stay above water and stay above the Cubs. That's the goal. We have to finish the season above the Chicago Cubs because they have just been god-awful in this simulation so far. And we've been god-awful, but we've been better than them. We have been better than them, so I'm hoping that we can just stay above them. And if we can do that, then I won't count this as a victory, obviously, because it's been a horrible season. We need to adjust in the offseason and maybe fire our manager. I don't know what we have to do, but we're going to have to take some time and look at it because it's been very bad. The bright spot's been Hunter Green, and he doesn't even have that great of a record. Hunter Green doesn't even have that great of a record, and he's just been good because he's a 90 overall, so he's been doing things a little bit easier than what Nick Lodolo's doing, because I think Nick Lodolo's in the high 70s, maybe a low 80. I don't think he's gotten to an 80 yet. But he's got 2 wins on the year. Like, he's pitched in probably 20 games this year, and he's got 2 wins. And yeah, I know that we can't really score runs in simulation for some reason. I don't know why. We have a really good team that can score runs. Like, basically everybody in our lineup can hit a home run or score some runs. I don't know why we're not doing it. I guess we just have to wait until some of our prospects get up here. We already have the first year of Elly De La Cruz, and he's had a really good year. I need to check. I keep forgetting. I need to check and see if he's leading NL Rookie of the Years, because if we get another Rookie of the Year, we had Jonathan India in real life coming into the first season. He was the defending Rookie of the Year, and then last season, I don't think we won Rookie of the Year at all. But this year, we could win Rookie of the Year with maybe either Noelvi Marte or with Elly De La Cruz. I don't know if they're in it, though. That was a horrible swing. What am I doing? I knew that was coming, and I just completely whiffed on it. I don't know what it is. I talk about this all the time, how I talk about it every episode, how I cannot hit with Noelvi Marte for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I just cannot get consistency with Noelvi Marte. And he's a really good player. He's got such potential for this team and for this organization. As Jacob Stallings sends that one to right field, and I took a bad angle to it thinking that I would be able to get to it. Get it, Tristan! Jesus. You were chasing it for miles. It's running away from you. Jacob Stallings with a big-time leadoff double. Luckily, that didn't go out. And Nick Lodolo strikes out another player. I mean, Nick Lodolo's pitched good when we pitch as him, but in simulation, he sucks. And unfortunately, simulation is mainly what we do. We play a game every month, but I mean, it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things because simulation is what the stats look like. I mean, look at that pitch. How is that a 2-14 record with that kind of pitch right there? I don't understand it. Eric Hosmer's at the plate. He will foul a big-time fastball. That could have been dangerous if he would have connected on it. And that's going to be, no, he didn't chase. I thought maybe he would go for a swing there because he's Eric Hosmer. He does go after that one, but Elly De La Cruz, he has been tested at third base all season. And he's continued to make plays that impress me, that's for sure. He's a stud. Jonathan India hits a blooper to center field, and that will not fall. I thought maybe it had a chance of falling. Unfortunately, it does not. Votto comes up, second man to hit here in the bottom of the third. That'll be a 3-1 count to Votto, one of the best men of all time to get on base. Like, if you need to get on base, Joey Votto is one of the best at doing that. And he will not live up to that and get out to center field. But hey, he's a 59 overall. What do you want me to do? Single with 2 RBIs for Josh Bell in his first at-bat. He has been such a bright spot in what has been a very dark season. And if it's fair, it's gone. Oh, just hooks foul. 9.7 feet outside of the foul pole. Unfortunate for Josh Bell. Very unfortunate for Josh Bell. I have not hit a home run with him yet as a Red. I know he's got a few in simulation, but as live gameplay, I have not yet hit one with him, but he will get another single, so he's 2 for 2 on the day. I think he was like, what, 4 for 5 or 3 for 4 last episode? He's just been a consistent dude. And he's been hurt a little bit too. That's a little bit concerning because we paid him a decent amount of money. And I'd hate to see our investment just sit on the IL. Mike Trout has 118 RBIs, which is just awesome for him. Good for Mike Trout. He's locked up in LA for a while as LA De La Cruz, as Eloy Jimenez sends that ball into left field, left center, and that ball will get over the top of the cutoff man, but third baseman's there to stop it. So it's 2 outs, runners on third and second. Eloy Jimenez with a double. And now we need Tristan Casas to knock us in a couple RBIs here. Good eye, good eye. 2-1 count to Casas. Can he do it? I hope so. I really do. No, that's going to be 3-1. Are they going to walk me? Walk the bases loaded for Tyler Stevenson? Who's also been hurt. He's had his injury concerns. But that's going to be to left field. It might get past him. It will not. And it'll be the end of the third. Jorge Soler will get there in time. He's got the speed to recover. Jesus Sanchez. And he will go way out in front of that fastball. I mean, that was 95 on the gun, but he still was out in front of it. That slider will get sent into shallow right field. India's there to get it, and India will field it. Fairly simple for him. As we are in the top of the 4th inning, 1 out to Jorge Soler. Just made the final play of the bottom of the 3rd, and now he's looking at a 1-2 count. Lodolo sets and throws the changeup, and he's got him completely out in front of that. Strikes out another one. Nick Lodolo has been impressive here as a 2-win pitcher, and that has just completely changed everything. Jesus Aguilar with a monster home run with 2 outs in the inning. That wasn't even that bad of a pitch. He just goes down and smacks it. I'd throw that pitch again. I think that was a pretty decently located pitch. It gets past Lodolo, but Marte makes the play, and Marte gets us out of the inning. All right, so we only allow the 1 run to Jesus Aguilar, but what are you going to do? It's Jesus Aguilar. He's a stud. He's a big-time beefy boy who likes to hit home runs. Not much you can do about that, unfortunately. But now we're looking at a 2-1 count to our all-star catcher. Not this year because he was hurt, but we're looking at to a former all-star in this series. And that is a great play at second base. Tyler Stevenson can't outrun the throw. What a play at second base. That looked like for sure a single up the middle. But he made a great play on it. It's a 1-2 count to the rookie third baseman. He looks at a changeup in the dirt, and it is 2-2 now. Can we get a run? Can we get a run? That probably should have been 3-2. I shouldn't have swung at that. That one's on me. That one is on me. But I'm swinging at that one, and that one actually should have been hit harder. Like, that was good timing with a PCI in the right where it needed to be. Maybe I could have waited a second more to get even better timing. I don't know, but that felt like it should have been better than what it was. And Marte will chip that one foul. Chip. 1-2 count. And he's getting a nice changeup down in the zone. And he's going to take that one foul. Okay. It wouldn't have been a home run. It was still a little short. But he had early timing on it, too. That one's going to be chipped to third base. It's going to be barehanded grab and completed. Impressive throw from the third baseman. Impressive throw. And that is going to be hit. Garcia to right field. Casas will be there to field it quickly and get it to the cutoff man. But a leadoff single to right field by Garcia. Now we got Jacob Stallings, who has a double already in the game. That could have been very easily a home run if he would have had better timing. He was very, very early on it. But he's going to get into a double play opportunity. De La Cruz to India, and then India to Votto. And that is 2 up, 2 down with a nice double play. Good job from Lodolo to ground him into a double play. Now we got Khalil Watson, who's 0 for 2 on the night, and he will swing past that first fastball. We'll go with the slider, see if we can strike him out here. And he goes chasing, but the ball is misplaced by Stevenson. 95 speed, still couldn't beat it out. And that is the end of the 5th. Top of the 5th. We go bottom 5. Nick Senzel leading it off as the one hitter. And he will chase that fastball, or it's a changeup, not a fastball. And the third baseman makes a play on it. He's made a couple good plays today at third base. Jonathan India. Ooh, right up the middle of the field. Sends that slider back where it came from. Return to sender. Jonathan India, 1-out single. Maybe that's a little bit of a rally. Maybe that's a little bit of a late inning rally. We got Votto, the veteran Hall of Famer. At least Reds Hall of Famer. And he's going to ground into a double play. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. I probably shouldn't have chased that. Probably should not have chased that. But we got Jacob Berry, the third baseman. And he will can a corn it right to Joseph Votto. And he will make the play for the first out. Good job, good job. Now we got Eric Hosmer hitting 0 for 2. But he will try to change that. Sends that to left field. Eloy Jimenez right there for it. Good job. You can't get that past Eloy, baby. He's too quick. Too quick. Now we go 2 outs to Jesus Sanchez, who is also 0 for 2, the 4-hitter. And he will send that also to Eloy Jimenez. And Eloy doesn't have to move very far. And he will get it. Quick. 3 outs here in the top of the 6th. We go bottom 6th. This game is flying by. And we've got Josh Bell, who's had a great game today. Drove in the only 2 runs for the Reds in the, what was that, the first inning? He did that? And now he will try to hit a home run there, but I was a little early. Man, I'm trying my best. I really am to hit a home run with Josh Bell. It's an easy ballpark to hit a home run with him. And there it is! If it's fair, it's gone. It is 100% fair. If you just speak it into existence, it'll happen. Josh Bell with his first home run on camera as a Cincinnati Red. Number 22 on the year. And the Reds lead 3-1. Thank you, Joshua. I don't know if his full name is Josh. It could just be Josh. Thank you, Josh Bell. It is a no-doubter. He missed it on the previous pitch, but he did not miss it that time. Bada bing, bada boom, into the Marlins bullpen. You love to see it, and they're bringing him out. They're pulling him out. Brooks Raley comes in to pitch instead of Sixto Sanchez. Very interesting call there. Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly, decided it was enough. He had seen enough from Sixto. Now we go for a relief pitcher that I've really never heard of. I don't think I've ever heard of Brooks Raley. He's got a nice repertoire of pitches. Cutter, slider, sinker, sweeping, and then a fastball. And he will, wow. I thought that was going to stay a little bit outside. It just cuts inside enough. And that is the first out of the inning with a strikeout looking, unfortunately, for Jimenez. And that is going to be Casas, who just misses fair territory with the cutter up in the zone. That could have been pretty deadly if that was a fair ball. But that one, he was a little bit early on it, and actually very early on it, and that is also going to go foul. Just hits off the stands and bounces back into play. If this was like Major League Street Baseball or something, that could have been a fair ball. No out of bounds in street baseball. But that's the second out of the inning. Casas to Jorge Soler in left field. At least we've gotten the home run. At least we've gotten the home run out of the way. I don't have to worry about not hitting a home run with Josh Bell on camera anymore because I've just done it. I still have never hit one with Joey Votto on camera, which upsets me. I've been close on a few occasions, but never been able to do it, as that is going to be the end of the 6th inning. We go top 7. Reds lead 3-1. Nick Lodolo has pitched very well today's game. Struck out a lot of good hitters. He's grounded a lot of good hitters into double plays. How did Soler make contact with that? That was clearly a strikeout. He just somehow just nicked it with his bat. And he doesn't chase the slider? He went after that changeup and he didn't chase the slider? I don't know what he's thinking here. We'll go 2-seamer, see if we can catch him off guard. And the Dodgers have just clinched their 10th 100-win season in franchise history. That is insane that the Dodgers have been that good for that long. De La Cruz makes the play. Gets the first out of the inning. I wonder when we'll get back to 100 wins. It may not be for a while. But if we can bring in Shohei Ohtani in the offseason, maybe with a couple other bats, maybe some bullpen arms, there's obviously some things to change here in Cincinnati, but we have the building blocks. Like, we have a really good lineup. We have young hitters. We have veteran hitters. We have Hunter Green, who is 90 overall. Maybe he's not ready to be the ace. That's why we bring in Shohei, so that Shohei could be the ace. I'm really banking a lot on bringing in Shohei. I don't even know if he'll want to sign with us. That is going to be a home run, unfortunately, to left field, and I think Nick Lodolo's day will be done after this inning. I want him to pitch the final inning. I want him to get the 7th inning. I don't want him to go 6 2/3. But it may not work that way, as that ball will go into right field. It's starting to not look good for Lodolo. Come on, Lodolo. I just need one more out. That's literally all I need. One out. And he will get Jacob Stallings swinging on that one. We'll try and get Stallings struck out here. Save ourselves from the inning. That'll go to right field. Nick Senzel is back there. And Nick will make the play. So Lodolo does complete 7 innings, which is good. But Martinez hits a home run to left field. Didn't even know he had that much power on him. And we will start to warm up Lucas Sims. And then Alexis Diaz hopefully will come in to clinch it in the 9th. Ellie De La Cruz. First time hitting as a lefty. Or as a righty, excuse me. First time hitting as a righty today. And he will pop that up to center field. And that will be the first out. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. Noelvi Marte, 0 for 2. No surprise there. I'm always 0 for 2 with Noelvi Marte. Can we make it 1 for 3? No, we cannot. Not on that one. I probably shouldn't have even swung at that. Should not have even swung at that baseball. But that one I should swing at. That's in the air. That's carry. Noelvi Marte to the wall. It's gone. Santa Maria. That ball is out of here. Noelvi Marte with his first home run on camera as a Cincinnati Red. You love to see it. That dude loves his French fries. He is, or that's probably not French fries, nachos, but he loves it. And Noelvi Marte gets us our 2-run advantage back as he just smokes. Probably, I'm assuming it's a cutter, but he just smokes it right into left field. That left fielder, Jorge Soler, had no chance, and it was a perfect sweeping curve. It wasn't a cutter, it was a sweeping curve that Noelvi smoked into left field over the wall. And Nick Senzel will ground that past the third baseman, and that'll go for a single. So how do we top the home run? We get another single from Nick Senzel, which could lead to a rally, which is what I'm hoping for. Jonathan India has been very good today, 2 for 3. Didn't swing, didn't go. I didn't go. What are you talking about, ump? That's unfortunate. And this might just be my last chance to hit a home run on camera with Joey Votto. And I'm not going to do it, but he will get a base hit. So it's a 2-out base hit that extends the runner to second. And unfortunately, I will not get a home run with Joey Votto. But Josh Bell comes to the plate, another switch hitter, which is what we love to have on the team. You love having switch hitters on the team. But this is the first time he's hitting as a righty today. And he will get that past the third base, and we're sending we're sending Senzel home, and Josh Bell will have a 4 RBI day. He has driven in 4 of the 5 runs that we have. He is hot tonight. And they're pulling their relief pitcher, Brooks Raley, and they bring in Anthony Bender. Okay. A righty pitcher comes in to try and salvage what's left of this game. The Reds are getting hot late in this game, that's for sure. And Eloy Jimenez will strike out to end the inning. No surprise there, because I continue to struggle hitting with runners in scoring position with Eloy Jimenez. But we will bring in Lucas Sims to kind of control this game until we get to the 9th, when we can bring in Alexis Diaz or Aroldis Chapman, either one. Doesn't matter. They're both all-stars, so I guess it really doesn't matter who comes in. But Alexis Diaz, ooh, thank you. Generous call there for the first strikeout. They're both all-stars, but I guess Alexis Diaz is our catcher, or our closing pitcher. 2-1 count now. There's no way that 18,000 fans would come to see a 63-win baseball team in September. There's no way. That's a lie. Maybe take the one off and it's just 8,000 fans. There's another strikeout. Lucas Sims back to back with the strikeouts here on the Marlins in the top of the 8th. The 1, 2, 3 guys in the order, and that is Eric Hosmer popping that to Eloy De La Cruz or Ellie De La Cruz. I got too many like Eloy and Ellie, and it's confusing. But we now go bottom 8 against the Marlins, 5-2, and hopefully, I mean, we don't really need to score any more runs, but obviously, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But we are going to warm up Cruz. We're going to warm up Diaz. We're going to stretch and toss Bummer just in case we do score more runs, so that we don't need to have Diaz come in. We can just have Bummer come in. 2-2 count after the sinker. Anthony Bender really hasn't done much. He just struck out Jimenez, and that was all he did in the previous inning. And that's going to be a pop-up to Stallings, unfortunately. That one felt good until it didn't feel good. That one sucks. First out of the inning is a pop-up to foul territory for the catcher. 2-1 count now to our catcher, Tyler Stevenson. I tried to check swing that. That looked very enticing until it got really close to me, and then I decided not to swing, but I still swung. That's going to be a strikeout. I just know it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought they for sure would call that a strikeout because that's what I wanted to do on the previous pitch was check swing. 3-2 to Stevenson. And he will get a favorable pitch. It's carrying. It's got some distance to it. Tyler Stevenson at the warning track. Jorge Soler brings it in. Bounces off the wall. That could have been dangerous. That could have been another solo home run. Ellie De La Cruz. Oh, that's dropping if it's fair. Just outside the fair line, and it will go foul. That one could have been very dangerous. That's going to be chip foul with the slider. And we go 2-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Our possible rookie of the year will hit that to left center, and Jorge Soler, no problem on it. And we go top 9. We're facing the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Marlins. We will put in Alexis Diaz. I don't think it's a closing. Actually, it might be a closing situation. Who knows? I want to have my all-star closer in here to finish out this game. We do not want to get swept against the Marlins. We are much better than that. And that is a dangerous hit. Do I have to jump for it? I do, and I wasn't in the right territory for it. A home run. Jesus Sanchez, I think, is the one that hit that. That's not out to a good start here in the top of the 9th. I really don't want to have to go to extras against the Marlins, especially when we've been so good. But that's going to be Jorge Soler. I think that was Jorge Soler who was up, and he hits that to center field with Nick Senzel underneath it. You'll love to see that. Jesus Aguilar already has a home run today. Will he be able to get another one? I hope not. I hope not. But that one will be sent to right field, and unfortunately, my analog stick dived, and it's going to be a double. Yay. God, I hate this controller. It's so old now. It's the same controller that I've had since I got the PS5, and it's just worn down. So much stick drift and everything, and it dives when I don't want it to dive. And it cost me on that one, giving Jesus Aguilar a double when he didn't need it to be. That probably would have been caught for an out. But Martinez also has a home run today, so we have to be very scary. The only way they've scored runs is by home runs. Oh, he didn't chase the slider. That's unfortunate. We'll go fastball, see if we can just get a ground ball or something. That's going to be flown out to left field. Eloy Jimenez underneath it, and there's absolutely no way they're going to send him to third. They wouldn't even have sent him to third if he had 99 speed because Jimenez was right there. They're going to pinch hit Joey Wendell. Okay, and Votto will be there. Votto makes the play. Can Diaz outrun him? Yes, he can, and that is going to be the game. Reds win 5-3. John Madden might be on the hot seat, that is for sure. I think we'll let John Madden go another season. It's just been a rough year. We've had some injuries that we've dealt with. Hopefully that won't happen next year. Josh Bell's been a surprising star. I'm glad that we paid him the money that we did, and Nick Lodolo gets his 3rd win of the year. So I guess all in all, it is a good day. Alexis Diaz gets his 43rd save. And I do want to check, before I forget, I do want to check and see if we are in the Rookie of the Year standings for NL. Austin Riley is leading most valuable player. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Jacob deGrom, Fernando Tatis, reliever of the... Ooh, we have a possible reliever of the year in Alexis Diaz. Look at that. Josh Hader's been doing much better, but he has a higher ERA, so that's awesome. And then, yes, we do have a possible rookie of the year on our hands. Elly De La Cruz leading it right now. Kyle Harrison and Yasiel Antuna. I don't know how to say your name. I apologize, but you are in second place right now because Elly De La Cruz has more RBIs and more home runs. As you can see, Jonathan India won it in 2021. That was the year after we started. The first year was Seiya Suzuki. But now it could be good old De La Cruz. But we will finish the year in this episode. Let's go simulate these games against the Cubs. And these are games we have to win, and we win 3 of 4. So we are at 67 wins. So 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. So the max that we can win this year is 73 games. Remember, we won 71 last year. I don't think we're going to win every single game this year, this end of this run. So let's see what happens here. The Bats finished with 74 and 76 record. They didn't make the postseason. But the Lookouts made the postseason. That's awesome. That is really cool. And we beat the Braves. So we have 69 wins right now. Nice. 69 wins. The Lookouts will play the Smokies in their postseason. We got shut out 10-0. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. We lose against the Braves there. And the final game of the year. So we aren't even going to be better than what we were last year. We had 71 games. And we lose 69 and 93. That is brutal. That is brutal. But we do get reliever of the year and rookie of the year. So I will take that. Austin Riley is able to hold it and win MVP. Good for him. Mike Trout wins the American League MVP. Then you get Dustin May with the reliever or with the Cy Young, and Shohei Ohtani wins the Cy. So we could possibly be signing the Cy Young winner. That'd be awesome. Fernando Tatis gets the batting title, and Mike Trout also gets the batting title. Alexis Diaz and Clay Holmes. Then you got Elly De La Cruz and Colson Montgomery. Then you got Mike Trout and Fernando Tatis. Then we'll go through the Gold Glovers here. There you go. I won't read every single name because you don't need to see every single name, or you don't need me to read every single name. You can read. There's no Silver Slugger for that. We'll go to this, see this. It's basically guys that you would assume are going to be where they are. And then we get to the postseason stuff. So there's all the awards right there. League leaders, I won't read these off, especially for the American League, but here is the batting average, hits. You guys can stop it at any moment and see if your guys, some of your favorite names, made any of the top 8 or whatever it is. Slugging percentage. Looks like Fernando Tatis had one of the better seasons he's had in all of baseball. So it looks like he did a pretty good job. I'm not seeing any reds here except for strikeouts. 240. Hunter Green tied Sandy Alcantara for most strikeouts in the National League this year. That's really cool. No wonder he's a 90 overall. That's very exciting. Now we get back to batting average and we go to the American League and we go through this. 44 home runs for Mike Trout, 49 for Austin Riley. Man, it's not usually, you don't usually see a guy like Austin Riley win MVP in simulation, but he did it. Good for him, man. Good for him. I'm just excited for this offseason, man. I'm excited to see what we can do. I'm excited to see who's in free agency, if there's anybody that we can use to, I don't know, maybe get something good going for us, add to this team and make us better. But if we go to our lineups, so here's how it went. Oh, it looks like Joey Votto did retire because he's gone from the lineup. So Joey Votto will officially retire once we simulate into the off season. Wow, that's a thing. I figured he would. There's no way he wouldn't retire. So we're gonna get $21 million back from his contract because we gave him a 3-year deal. So we're gonna get that $1 million back. That's awesome. But Nick Senzel had a Nick Senzel season, I guess you could say. He did pretty similar to what he did last year. A little bit down. His numbers are a little bit down from last year. But he did okay, I guess. Jonathan India had a good season. Not as good as he did in terms of like home runs or anything, but it's pretty solid. Very, very good season in terms of average for him. So, I mean, it's a good season. It's an all right season. Nothing amazing. We don't get to see Joey Votto's stats. But Josh Bell, 23 home runs. He needs to bump those numbers up. I would wish they'd be a little bit higher. But he did hit 298, which is the best he's hit in his entire career. So I'll take that. And he had a slugging percentage of 549, so he just had one of his best seasons as a hitter, just not in terms of home runs. Then Eloy Jimenez came over from the White Sox, only played about a month or 2 months maybe for us, but he had 29 home runs, which is the best since his rookie year in 2019, 77 RBIs, 260 average, on-base percentage of 307. He did pretty well for us, and now when he'll have a full season next year, I think he could be pretty good for us. Tristan Casas also played really well, but only played about 2 months here because we got him at the trade deadline, but he's 23, so he's got a load of potential. He's an 82 overall, and he's got A potential. So he is a stud. He's going to be, hopefully, really, really good for us. Tyler Stevenson has been hurt. He only played 85 games this year. He was hurt for a majority of the season. But when he was on, he was okay. Like, these numbers would probably be a little bit better if he played all 136 games like he did last year, or like maybe 162. But I don't think he'd ever play that many. And our rookie of the year, Ellie De La Cruz, he can play all the outfield. He can play first base, third base. I'm very excited for the future because he looks like a stud. He looks like a stud, and I'm only expecting that average to go up. I'm expecting these RBIs to go up, his on-base percentage to go up. I'm expecting everything to go up because he's going to be good. He is going to be good for us. And then Noelvi Marte, his first full season here in Cincinnati, and he had 16 home runs, 47 RBIs, hit 200. I mean, he's a good player, but again, these guys are all young. Like, we have so many young guys on this team. Tucker Barnhart in his first year back with Cincinnati after being in Detroit. I mean, he's Tucker Barnhart. What do you expect? He only played in 76 games. He did what he had to do. Encarnacion, with his rookie season, did pretty well. I'm excited about the future with him. Edwin Arroyo, excited about his future. Matt McClain, excited about his future. Albert Amora Jr. was just basically just a role player guy, just an off-the-bench kind of guy. And then in terms of the pitching rotation, Hunter Green, 33 games, 8-16 record, but he had 240 strikeouts, which was tied for first. So, I mean, what can you say about that? That's amazing. He did have a 5.09 ERA, so I want that to go down a little bit, obviously. Nick Lodolo ended up winning 3 games on the year, which is worse than what he did last year. He won 4 games last year, so we need to figure out this pitch rotation. If there's anything we need to figure out, it is the pitcher rotation. I like Daniel Espino. I think these 3 guys right here are pretty much guaranteed to be in the starting rotation next year. If we add Shohei Ohtani, I keep saying if, because it's a big if, but if Shohei Ohtani wants to sign with the Reds and come here to be the ace, then we'd have Shohei, Hunter Green, Lodolo, and Espino. That's a big 4. And then maybe some of the pressure will be off Lodolo and he won't have this bad of a record as he did this year. I want to have a pitch rotation that we can count on. I think the bullpen is good, maybe? I mean, Chapman was an all-star. Diaz was an all-star. Bummer was an all-star, but not for us. I think Bummer was an all-star for the White Sox. I like our bullpen. I think our bullpen is really good. Tony Santillan, probably we can move on from him, but other than that, I like what we've got here in the bullpen. It's just these last couple of pitchers. I mean, Aaron Savale is okay. He's an okay pitcher. He's 27 years old, so he's not like bad. We got him at the trade deadline too. He's not a bad pitcher. Maybe he can be that 5th starter. Maybe it could be Shohei, Hunter Green, Lodolo, Espino, and Savale. Maybe that could be what it is. I don't know. We're going to have to figure out what we want to do in the offseason. It's going to be a massive offseason episode. You guys definitely don't want to miss it because things could happen. That is for sure. Plus, I mean, we've got guys like Justin Dunn, Cleveland Robles, Levi Stout. We've got guys down here in AAA and AA that I feel pretty confident in. We need to obviously let Luis Castilla marinate a little bit more here in AA, but I like what we've got going in the pitching rotation. I think that we're a pretty good baseball team. Let's simulate to actually we've got postseason baseball here. Ooh, final game for the Lookouts, and they go to the championship. They're taking on Bryce Hubbard's no longer injured. They're taking on what is Biloxi? What is their? I don't know what their name is. I forget what they are. But we are final game. It's Luis Castilla. I kind of want to quick manage this game, but I don't want to in the end. Yeah, the Lookouts win the AA South Championship. Let's go, baby. Good job. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. We actually won something. And now we go to the World Series. The Braves beat the 100-win Dodgers, and the Yankees are leading the Angels, and the Yankees and the Braves will play for the World Series, which is wild. Still hasn't started yet. It's 3-1. 3-1. Braves might win a championship. The Braves have defeated the Yankees in the 2023 World Series. 4-3. The Yankees took it to 7, but they couldn't get it done. And the Atlanta Braves are your World Series champions. In the next episode, we will start the off season where we have a lot to discuss. We have absolutely massive things to talk about in that episode. And we can also take a quick look at the budget because we freed up Joey Votto's money. Well, at least we will free up Joey Votto's money when he retires, officially. We'll get up all this. We'll get this money back too. So we just get even more money freed up to possibly bring in Shohei Ohtani. It's going to be a very impactful, very important offseason episode. You don't want to miss it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button as well. Join the Juice Club. My main channel and my second channel linked are down below if you want to go check out either one of those. But if not, feel free to just stick around here and watch more baseball content because I got enough of it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. And I appreciate you guys stopping by. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.